how is life, after MBA in the corporate world? Was that 2 year of journey of MBA and the pre-struggle to get into MBA worth it or not? Like,
How does this 2 years shape you? I would not say that these 2 year will fully prepare you for what you are going to do all your lifetime, but it will definitely give you a kickstart. ये आपको एक platform देगा. It will definitely tell you कि these are the things you are going to face.
Sort of, how is life as a McKinsey consultant, and what got you up here?
Life overall for me here as a consultant at McKinsey has been full of learning, I would say.
Right? Do you think about things that we learn in the 2 years of our college? Does it prepare us for this uncertainty and every day as a new challenge, or how do you think the whole MBA journey was worth it?
Quote law doesn't really come into use. It's controversial, but it's true. It doesn't really come into use in few sales.
What Amir was in, 2017 before I joined and what I am today, it's the entire turnaround is what the MBA has given.
Hi everyone, welcome on board. This is Anisha here today in conversation with Saurav, Amir and Shreya from IBA Bangalore. All three of them are from different batches, passed out in and working in the industry. One's a consultant at McKinsey. Shreya is working with Hershey's chocolates, and Amir has worked with so many brands like Fossil. And there's a lot of excitement up here for when we are talking today in this conversation. And we are going to ask them, how is life of a consultant, or how is life in after MBA in the corporate world? Was that 2 year of journey of MBA and the pre-struggle to get into MBA worth it or not? Like, there's a lot of dilemma. Everybody says these days MBA worth it bhi nahi hai. So let's hear it from people who have done and doing a great job in the corporate industry. So welcome on board, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anisha.
Lovely. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you? Like, sort of, how is life as a McKinsey consultant, and what got you up here, and then we can take it over from each one of them as well.
Sure. So I cannot describe life as a consultant in one word, but I can definitely give you a gist of how it is like. It's like juggling between multiple projects as well as multiple meetings, because not only it's rewarding, but it's equally keeps you occupied on one or the other thing. Sometimes you're working on a Dubai based real estate project. The other time you're doing some strategy project for a consumer product or a consumer company. So life overall for me here as a consultant at McKinsey has been full of learning, I would say, with the most smartest people around me that I have met throughout my career, be it McKinsey, be it Deloitte, or be it KPMG. And every place that I have been in my overall career as an analyst at started with the analyst at Deloitte and then moved to associate consultant at KPMG. I've always learned something new each place I have been, and I keep on doing that. There is always new thing to learn. There is always new people to meet and new things to you get to know about an industry or about a project. So I would say it's full of rewards, it's full of learning, and it's equally fun doing this thing for me personally.
Lovely, lovely. That's interesting. And how about you, Shreya? How has your journey been?
Uh, my journey so far has been pretty exciting. I always knew that I wanted to be in sales because it's very challenging and I'm very target driven as a person. And especially because I got to work with a number of good brands like Colgate Palmolive, then Mars, and now Hershey's. So it's been a good ride. I've had a lots of highs and a lots of lows, especially during COVID when the market took a hit, and even now when there's a lot of interesting shifts between the modern trade channels and the e-com channels are now coming up. Then platforms like Big Basket and then Swiggy Instamart and then Amazon deliveries. These are now our toughest competitors. So it's an exciting place to be at.
Awesome. That's amazing. So a lot of students are going to be excited. Like, you work in that Hershey's chocolates, which everybody keeps.
Yeah. Everyone
And
loves Hershey's.
absolutely. How about you, Amir? How has your life been?
So, one of my biggest learnings post my IBA journey had been that if I have to, frame it in one statement, I would feel that retail, has a very efficient way of humbling you. So when I joined retail, especially when I came to Bata, I was all into fresh out of college, numbers, strategy, Excel sheets, very good in Excel
Oh.
sheets. But then by 11 a.m., a store opens and a store manager teaches you that no textbook could ever do it. That was my biggest learning when I was there in Bata, where coming out just 25, 26 age, and you have store managers worth of experience that age. You know how you handle them, how you handle the entire store operations. And moving from, I started my journey with the rest of Maharashtra, then Gujarat, now Bangalore. So understanding about, mass market or the lifestyle market, then coming into more of youth fashion. And now that I am in American Eagle. So yes, you meet a lot of new people. Retail, there are challenges every single day. Like Saurav said, there is a lot of learnings on an every single day basis. So it's fun because every day you get to have new challenges,
Yeah.
and I love solving that. So yeah.
Do you think but things that we learn in the 2 years of our college, does it prepare us for this uncertainty and every day as a new challenge, or how do you think the whole MBA journey was worth it?
Yeah. There are certain aspects like Kotler doesn't really come into use. It's controversial, but it's true. It doesn't really come into use in field sales. But apart from that, there are a lot of hustles that we learn in a campus life. For example, I had a mentor in IBA, Chandrakant sir. So he used to have this midnight sessions for 8 hours.
Acha.
And in those 8 hours, he didn't
Same.
really let us have any, I know. So he didn't let us have any breaks. Okay. So at that time, we found it grueling and we hated it. And we also complained a lot. But when I joined Colgate and I had to go to the rural market, so you can't really get places, like public washrooms in
Yeah.
rural Karnataka, right? So I understood at that time, like I could actually use that practice here because 8 hours, 9 hours, you would be in the market, you'll be stuck somewhere. So yeah, like bits and pieces like that. Then certain life projects that you would do in college, like those life projects would also give you a real life scenario of how customers actually behave. Like contrary to what we believe, customers in India are very raw, and what they actually expect from us is not as polished as we would expect.
True.
So you
Very
have
true.
to be ready to answer. Like I'm sure Amir has also faced Bata. If you go there, a lot of people still don't know if it's an MNC or if it's Indian. So then people would have n number of questions like durability, sustainability, why is this so expensive? Why can't I get a discount? And you have to like come up with the reasons and then convince them.
Absolutely. I mean, that's something which all of us have struggled with, and not knowing what the customer wants and feels. And for all the students who are probably listening to us, they are 21, 22, 24, who are pre-MBA, thinking whether should I do an MBA or not. If yes, then which specialization, which college? How would you want to address or give them, based on your experience, that should you take up an MBA or not, firstly, and if you do, how do you make the most of those 2 years?
Uh, Anisha, I would say MBA is still very much relevant. We speak a lot about, or we were discussing earlier that करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए. I would still say कि definitely करना चाहिए, because answering to your prior question कि how does this 2 years shape you? I would not say that these 2 years will fully prepare you for what you are going to do all your lifetime, but it will definitely give you a kickstart. ये आपको एक platform देगा. It will definitely tell you that these are the things you are going to face.
Absolutely, that's amazing. How about you, Amir and Shreya? What is your take on
So
it?
to add on to what Saurabh said, I feel that I second him to whatever he said. MBA, I feel it gives you that framework. But being that hardcore retail person, I always believe that if MBA is giving me direction, retail is teaching me execution. So if I'm
Yes.
unable to execute anything, matlab it teaches you what the execution is on the ground. And for me, the reality hit when the real learning came. Okay, when all my theory meets the real stores, the real
Yeah.
store managers, targets, people, and all that. So the entire clarity MBA gives you that. What Amir was in 2017 before I joined, and what I am today, it's the entire turnaround is what the MBA has given me.
Lovely.
Yeah, that
Also,
would
I feel
again.
like in a country like India, where education and degrees are very much valued, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a necessity. Like you can with a BCom, even I have a BCom degree, like Amir has. I came into thinking like MBA, thinking that I'll be in retail. I got my internship in retail. I really enjoyed there, and now I ended up in FMCG. Okay, but the thing is, like at the moment, the current scenario demands a higher education degree. right? So you can get an entry level job having a BCom or BBA degree or a BTech degree, but unless and until you have some sort of masters, you will be stuck in that level. So if you need to go up in a managerial post, then it's very much needed.
That's amazing. I think that was pretty interesting, and I love the conversations we've had, about all how the journey is post an MBA and everything. If you were to quickly tell me, going back to your MBA days, what was that one thing that you miss from college? What would that be?
Late nights in the campus. Late night assignments in the campus. All of us used to be awake. We used to, and also Chandrakant's mentoring sessions. So yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
Lovely. How about you, Amir and Saurav?
So
Yes, I
yeah,
miss
I
those.
would
Yeah.
agree with Shreya. The late night campus work, the late night, tomorrow is end term, midterm. Okay, कौन सा paper है कल वो देखना है पहले. सारे assignments, सारे
But I
presentations
think
एक
you
जगह
were
submit कर.
good in studies, Amir. Like you
I I
had
I
those,
I I I
yeah,
used I used to have an all-nighter.
very different scenarios.
Yes, even me,
Amazing.
I would say, because ours was a residential campus. So
Yeah.
the whole lot batch would be there. Your friends, your colleague, your classmates would be there. You'd be doing project together. You'd be playing volleyball. So I miss those things specifically where we used to do things together. If it's a project or if it's a game or if it's any activity that we are doing, we used to do together. And that is something which I miss very much.
Awesome. That's amazing. It's so nice to see and hear from all of you guys. And yes, I love the one thing I miss from my MBA days is we didn't have a residential campus, but we did enjoy all of these things, bits and pieces, making out for those few days. And that's something for all the students who are listening to us. Definitely, MBA transforms you, and you can see that with real life examples, people happy doing great job. You will have bad days in your corporate, but you're prepared for that, you're trained for that, right? So that's pretty much from our end, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any other doubts, questions, feel free to drop in the comments section, and we'll all be there to help you guys out. Thank you so much, and
Thank you.
thanks a lot, Shreya, Amir, Saurav, for making time for us between your working hours and giving back to the students. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks
for
for having
having
us.
us. Thank you, Anisha.